much do you know about arthritis? Well, if you don't live with it, it may be hard to grasp the physical and emotional toll that it can take. It's a struggle the comedian and TV host Matt Iseman knows all too well, so he joins us with his story, along with Cindy McDaniel of the Arthritis Foundation. It's great to have you both on.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks for having us.
So, Matt, I want to start with you. Briefly tell us your story living with rheumatoid arthritis and how you battle the disease. I'm sure many people didn't know you lived with that.
Yeah, Alex, you know, something struck me when you were talking about that, where 50 million Americans are living with arthritis. The odds are every single person watching this either has it or knows someone who does. And for me, it was 20 years ago, I started having pain in my right index finger. It's spread throughout the joints of my hand, my feet, my neck, my back. I was racked with fatigue. I was sleeping 10 to 12 hours a day and still exhausted. I ended up gaining about 55 pounds in 18 months. I became a shell of myself. I got diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, a chronic autoimmune disease. There's no cure, and I was relieved because I had an answer. I had an answer as to why my body and my life was falling apart. I started treatment, and I was lucky. It was like a silver bullet. A new cutting-edge treatment really gave me my life back, and it convinced me why I needed to share my story, to let people know what's out there, to let people know what we're facing, and to try to make a difference, because it can be so isolating when you have this pain, when you feel like you're suffering and no one else knows what you're going through. And I wanted to let people know they're not alone.
Right, and to think millions of people are going through this, and like you said, just live with it day to day, doing nothing about it and just suffering. It really is great that you're getting the word out. So, Cindy, talk about the Mandate for Action report, what that is and what some of the key findings are.
Yeah, absolutely. The Mandate for Action report takes stories like Matt's and amplifies them through the power of data, the power of many voices together. The Arthritis Foundation did our largest assessment we've ever done, one of the largest really ever done in the world, and collected 18,000 online assessments at arthritis.org/insights. And through those stories that came out in those assessments, we saw a picture of a disease that can be absolutely devastating, like what Matt described in the early part of his journey before he was diagnosed, where pain is an almost constant issue. The pain impacts ability to sleep, it impacts energy, it impacts ability to work. For about half the people in our study, it even impacts their ability to walk without a lot of difficulty. Clearly not an acceptable way for people to be living.
So why are you encouraging people to take this assessment? How is it going to be used in the future to help those who may actually have this disease?
Thanks for asking, because really the power's in the numbers. You know, we have 18,000, that's good. We want to double or triple that number this year to really have a large enough database that it can't be ignored. The Arthritis Foundation is already acting on the data. We've changed what we're focusing on and putting emphasis on in our work. But I think more importantly, it's giving us a good foundation to go out and talk to lawmakers, talk to business people, talk to the healthcare industry, and say, there are things we need to pull together and do. So I do encourage people to add your voice at arthritis.org/insights, because the more data we have, the more power we have.
Absolutely. Matt, I'll leave you with the final word, final encouragement for people.
Yeah, I just want to say you're not alone when you have arthritis, and sharing your story, not only is it liberating, it's empowering to you, and it's empowering to the whole nation, to all the 50 million people who are suffering. When we have that data, our voices can't be ignored, and that's how change happens.
Absolutely. Thank you both so much. Matt, of course, for sharing your story, and Cindy for all the great information. Matt, can't wait to see what you do next. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks.
You're welcome. We'll be right back.